Camp is often seen as a lot of fun and games, and it is. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of games, but it's at the core, child center and about their development and wanting to help give that child an experience that they will carry on and learn from as they continue to grow. And the work and the dedication, the professionalism that goes into camp takes all year to plan. So camp professionals, they came out of camp last summer and they hit the ground running planning for this summer. This is not something that they decide to just do overnight. They have been working very hard to bring camp into existence this summer, same as they did last summer, same as they did, every year before. And so, I'd say that the camps are ready and eager to welcome your children to them this summer and to help partner with you as parents and as families to give an experience to this child that is just so vital to their development. And every child should get to go to camp. And I don't believe that every camp is right for every child, but there is a camp for every child, right? So if you need help finding camp, there's findacamp.org, which is a national search database that you can do by zip code, so you can find something close or something farther, by age, by gender, by interest, because there are so many different types of camps out there that there's going to be great opportunities. It's very important that children have access to social and emotional learning, which is what camp is just super strong at, right? We teach those skills through activities like arts and crafts and archery and swimming and boating. Those are really fun activities, but they're the tool we use to teach the social emotional health skills. And after 2 years of a lot of isolation, limited social interaction outside of maybe their household or their immediate circle, yes, most children were back in school in person this year, but again, the other social experiences were very limited with COVID, and especially what we've seen this winter with, the surge of Omicron, that this summer will be even more important to get children into those social interactions, again, outside, that where they get to play and be around other children and other caring adults. So, the safety and the mental and emotional health and the physical safety of children is the number one priority of camps. So certainly camps are continuing to proceed with caution and keeping tabs on what's happening with COVID, but also all of the other programs, right? Setting up so that all programs and the staff are hired and trained well to provide a good, safe, quality camp. And so this year, parents and children will continue to see some changes from last summer, same as those that did go to camp in 2021, for predominantly day camps. And then last year we saw a little bit of more loosening and different protocols around COVID. And then this summer we'll see even more, especially as more and more children are becoming vaccinated and the numbers are going down. Plus, of course, camp is mostly held outside, so that is very helpful. So, I think we're going to see much more closer to 2019 and before, but certainly it's not just a jump back to 2019. We're going to make sure that we're proceeding with caution to make sure we take care of the children. One thing I would make sure to check in on is, is their camp ACA accredited? Accreditation with the American Camp Association is a opt-in program, so camps choose to go this extra mile to ensure that their camps have been gone through a peer-reviewed process of industry standards. Not all camps do that. And We also know that accredited camps, they have been getting constant flow of information around COVID protocols, COVID safety. In addition to, we're constantly sharing with our camps that are accredited information about how to keep camps, safe and quality in general. I'd also recommend that parents and families look at the different protocols in place around COVID and to make sure that they fit well with their family and their family's values. So whether that's through a vaccine, are they going to continue in a cohort system? What is their policy if the family has a close contact that becomes exposed to COVID or tests positive in their household? And all of the camps are, creating policies and procedures around that, and so they should be able to answer that. So similar to when I share that parents should feel free to ask the camp director any question, any concern. It doesn't matter if it feels like it should not be a concern, like, what are you going to do with my homesick child? I've had parents be like, I'm nervous to ask a camp director that. Don't be. The camp director should be able to answer that. And so I just recommend make a list of your concerns and ask the camp, and they'll be able to help tell you about what to expect. So I would say that register early, certainly. I have been hearing, many camps launched registration in the last week, and I have seen throughout social media that they're already at 60-70% capacity filled for their registration. So I encourage you, if there's a camp that you want to get your child into, get them in early, because this year we will see our numbers return closer to, if not beyond, pre-pandemic, because we also know parents are hungry for trying to find those social, emotional places for their children this summer. Oh, wow, there's a lot of benefits, and research has shown what those benefits are. We know that camp offers that important developmental and educational development that can focus on, as I've shared, social emotional well-being, working with others, community, while learning skill development, resilience, persistence, and I think that's probably the most important part of camp. Is that environment that is very child-centered, that is all about helping them develop those social and emotional skills, strengthening their resilience, strengthening their ability to problem solve and work with others, which, right, in 2022 is an important skill set for all people to have. I'd also say that an additional just strength of camp that isn't found in many other places is that camp often belongs to the child. So the child gets to go to camp, experience camp, and if it's a day camp, come home every night and tell their parents or their family all about their experience from their perspective. And the same, if they go to an overnight camp, they go to the overnight camp, they have this amazing adventure, and then they come home and get to tell you about it. And that's an important childhood experience for children to have experiences that are outside of their immediate family unit. Certainly it doesn't mean that they don't need their parents, because they do, right? They will get homesick. They will, miss family and friends. I mean, I do when I travel, right? There's still this desire, I can love to travel, but also be away from family. And it's those experiences of camp that help that child develop those skills to live with both the excitement of adventure and trying new things and meeting new people, while also still staying connected to family. So it's just such an important part of the childhood experience, and especially with the pandemic, where most children have been at home with their immediate family, it's more important than ever that they get that opportunity to go out into the world and experience some things very independently, but under the supervision of qualified child-centered camp staff and camp professionals, right? So they're going to be well taken care of, and they're going to stay in communication with you. But it's an important milestone that children have that we need to make sure we continue and get children back outside.